Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the review for this Titan Evolution. This is affordable fitness smartwatch by Titan, and I've been actually testing this for the last 3 weeks, so I'll give you my opinion. What do I feel about this one? And I'll divide this into this 8 different chapters so that you can quickly jump between the areas that you want. And in fact, I also tested the accuracy parameters, running parameters, etc. with my Apple Watch Series 10. So I'll also share some of the stats, etc. with you. And it comes inside this box. And guys, this is a review note that was sent to me by Titan. But no way, guys, I'm giving any preview, etc. to Titan. They'll also be seeing the video at the same time that you are seeing. Just want to make it very clear. So this is the device itself. And again, after the review, this is going to go back to the Titan. And again, as you can see, the box is pretty Spartan. It just gives us an idea about the pricing of the watch. It's 6,999, so about 7,000 rupees. And in fact, I checked on Titan's official website and even on Amazon, and it's priced very close to this price point as of now. So it says that it has fast charging, and yes, I took out this is the actual charging puck. This is the watch itself. As you can see, I'll show you the watch later on. So it has that IP68 rating, so that's actually nice, and the strap is good. This is how the box looks. Not much in the box, so I'll just keep this to the side. So this is the strap. Let's start with the strap, and the quality of the strap is actually very good. It's a silicone strap, very comfortable. And again, this is the watch. I have kept it on that, if you flick, it opens up. We also have always on display, but I would not suggest you the always on display because the battery life reduces quite a bit. We'll talk about the battery life, etc. later on. So this is the charging park, and the good thing is that the build quality is nice. This is not plastic or anything. Generally in these budget oriented watches, generally this is plastic and stuff, but this is actually anodized aluminum, and they claim it's aluminum 6000 series that was used in earlier Apple Watches and stuff like that. So this is what it is, and the glass is also slightly curved. I would say this is the touch screen. Touch response is actually very good. As you can see, I was worried that the touch response will be bad or something, but that's not the case. As you can see, it's pretty nice. And in fact, one thing I liked is that though the display is big, it's a 1.8-inch screen, and it's actually pretty responsive. Also, another thing that I liked is that in outdoor conditions also it's sufficiently bright. So whenever the display will go off, if I just put it like this, after a few seconds, and if I flick it like this, it comes back and it's easily visible even in outdoors. And if I remember, they claim the maximum nits at 650 to around 750 nits. So that's what it is. Back, if you go, again, we have that heart rate sensor and that optical sensor. And again, the charging puck, as I've told you, is this simple charging puck, and this is magnetic. This we have seen in other budget watches also. This only works in one way, and it just attaches like this, and you can connect it to a USB type A port. The good thing is that the charging is actually really fast on this one. I'll talk about the battery life in the other part of the section, but build quality, it's good. And again, I'll just go back to this, and if I look at this is actually the crown, and this is actually functional. You rotate. In fact, you do the entire navigation and moving between the watch with this one itself, as you can see, and it's very responsive. But again, these two are just designed. These are not buttons. I was expecting that these to be also buttons, but again, sadly, these are just for show off. These are not buttons. This is a missed opportunity by Titan. They could have added a lot more functionality, but because this is the only functional button, you have to use a lot of swipes, etc. Between the UI. The basic UI, if I have to talk about, if you just pull it down, you get this quick toggles over here. You can go here, and from bottom, if you swipe, you get to your notifications and stuff. Left and right, you get this carousel, but I didn't find this to be useful. I would say navigation, if you just press this and move between all these parameters, that's a lot better, I would say. And this is functional. Again, you don't have to use the crown. You can just use even this one. And as I've told you, the good thing was that its lag, etc. was not on present on this one. Another thing is that this is IP68 rated. I just washed it in the sink, etc., and it's working. But I didn't go any swimming or something like that. Brightness, as I've told you, it's adequately bright, and it's a 1.8-inch screen. It's a 60 hertz screen. So again, the animations, etc., are pretty smooth on the same. So in terms of display, I would say the display is a good quality display that they are put on this one. And even that flick when you do it always on this, it switches on the display. That's pretty accurate. You can actually disable that also if you want. This is the option, lift to view, off, you can do that. And of course, always on display option is also present. Moving to the battery life on this. So generally these budget smart fitness watches have very good battery life, and Titan in fact claims a 7+ days of battery life. It's actually having a 350 milliamp hour battery, and as I've told you, the charging speeds are very fast on this one, so that's not a problem. And I would say I was charging it about once every 7 days. In fact, the maximum battery life that I got on this one was 8 days. And the thing is that the battery meter, I don't know, it's just my unit or something like that. The battery meter is not super accurate, I would say. Below 15%. It drops down quite a bit, because just yesterday it was at 16%, and I thought it will last one more day easily, but again the battery started to fall down drastically, so I just put it on charge for a couple of minutes and it quickly came to 62%. So that way I would say expect a battery life of about 7 days, but this is not with always on display. I did not test it with always on display, because even my Apple Watch actually does not give that great battery life with always on. So I use that flick, and with the flick you can easily get about 7 days of battery life. Now let's talk about the health parameter, because that is one thing that I feel it's done pretty well on this one. And if I talk about the features first, of course it has a pedometer, so the daily walking that you do from morning, as you can see, it's showing me, at least this watch face shows that I've walked 1355. But one thing is that these are not, if you tap on these, it does not open that app or something like that for calorie battery. Again, you have to invoke these and go inside to get all the details. So the pedometer functionality is actually pretty good. I'll show you the app. In fact, you get all the data on the app. Even the automatically it does the heart rate and all those things. And in fact, I would say in heart rate, it is pretty accurate. I was getting a deviation of just about between 2 to 3 heartbeat difference between this one and the Apple Watch Series 10. So I would say heart rate and pedometer, that is daily walking, is pretty accurate on this one. It also does that sleep tracking, and sleep tracking is also good. Let me actually show you the app, because that's where all the data is. And if I open this Titan Smart, this is the app, and this will just connect to this. And in terms of connectivity, I did not have any problem. It always connects. And in fact, as you can see, it's said that I slept 8 hours 9 minutes yesterday, because today I did not go for my morning jog and stuff like that, because we did a lot of exercises yesterday. So again, it does this tracking well. In fact, it also tracks your respiratory rate, and also gives you idea about your deep sleep, etc., and also gives you a sleep score about this. So that is there. Again, as you can see, weekly also it tracking it. Tuesday I didn't wear it, but again you get an idea. Sleep tracking is pretty accurate, I would say, on this one, so that's actually nice. Now if I go down, of course it also does this heart rate tracking automatically. Again, you have to wear it, and daily it gives you your highest, average, etc., and you get your weekly data also, like this one. So different zones, and also when you're running, etc., also you get that. I'll show you that later. Also it has the SpO2 meter, and it says about 97% that we have got. So basic parameters here, what it gives. Exercise I did not do, so it also has the exercise stuff over here. And again, to invoke this, you can directly invoke it from the watch. For example, exercises, if I just press this, if I just go at the top, it's on, you can go to the multi sports, and in sports, let's say you're just doing an outdoor run, you can tap here, indoor run like this, outdoor walk, etc., like this. So these are the modes that you have over here, and you swipe back to get back to it. We also one good thing that I found with this watch is that, and I'm happy that Titan has implemented this, you do also have running course. For example, people who are very new to running, this watch actually helps you. For example, if you haven't done any runs, you can just go to this easy run and it guides you how to run. For example, it says do that speed walk between 1 minute. And again, if you wear it, it will also track your heart rate and give you an idea about in what range it should be. And I'll end this activity too. You just hold this crown for some time to end the activity again. I'll end it. So again, you have this. But apart from this, again, I also like the fact that if I open the app, we also have coaching modes on this one, and that is something that I like, because generally that is not run training, it's known as. Let's say you want to do that 3 kilometers run. So you have that training couch to 3K and even couch to 5K and couch to 10. So again, if you go into this, for example, for 5K, I'll go. It gives you an idea, okay, first day, how many minutes you have to do, first week, second week, third week. So gradually actually it increases that. And this is actually a very good thing. I've seen this in my Garmin and stuff like that, advanced watches. Nice to see these features being implemented on this one. Okay, now if I talk about the accuracy when I was doing running, and guys, if you know, from past 1.5 years, I've been taking my health very, very seriously. I generally use Garmin and also the Apple Watch while tracking my runs and stuff like that. And here I would say that the biggest flaw of this watch is that, yes, it will track your runs, everything, but this simply does not have the GPS chip. So what I notice is that, let me actually show you. Let me just open the phone, and my iPhone has the data for my Apple Watch. So I'll show you that. For example, this is a recent run that I did on 11th January. I was wearing both the watches, Apple Watch on the left wrist and this on the right wrist. So I wanted to track the accuracy because, of course, the Apple Watch has GPS tracking. So I've opened this workout even on my Apple Watch. So roughly I had run about 5.4 kilometers. And if you notice, it is showing the distance slightly more compared to the Apple Watch, and that is what I have noticed. For example, when I am doing about 960 meters or something like that on the Apple Watch, just below a kilometer, this will track as 1 kilometer completed. And I think so that is because this simply does not have the GPS chip, whereas the Apple Watch has that GPS chip. That's why it gets a better tracking. But nevertheless, I have to say it's pretty close. It's not super widely what you say inaccurate. So I would say it does the job fine. But again, beware that let's say it says 5 kilometer of the run has been done. It might be about 4.8 or 4.85 kilometers, something like that, as you can see. Good thing is that it also calculates your VO2 max. So that's actually nice. And in fact, I would say the VO2 max values are pretty accurate. And with my Garmin, I know my VO2 max is 42. Here it is showing me 41, which is actually far accurate compared to the Apple Watch. If you see my review of the Apple Watch, the VO2 max values are simply wrong. So I would say the VO2 max values are also very close to Garmin, which I considered the gold standard. One thing I wish they add, I would say, in an update is that if you see, I have ran about 5.4 kilometers. So it didn't give me a breakdown of the, laps. 1 kilometer in how many minutes, second kilometer in how many minutes. The Apple Watch, Garmin, etc. all do that. So that is something that detail they should have given. Yes, it gives you the average pace, the total duration, etc. but not that. One small thing I notice is that if I go within the watch, and if I go somewhere in Titan Health, it's sports record. This is something nice. If you have achieved something new or broken a record or something, it automatically shows that in your sports record. For example, this 5.37 kilometer, it gives you the details also in the watch itself. So again, your pace, maximum pace, your average pace, heart rate, etc. Good thing is that also it gives you a detail about your heart zones when you were running, etc. So again, I like this sort of data that is given. And as I've told you, the heart rate data surprisingly was pretty close to what I was getting with the Apple Watch. So that way I would say it's nice. But again, if you were expecting 100% accuracy in terms of distance, that is simply not possible, because this one does not have the GPS chip. You get your smartphone notifications also on this one, like most of the smartwatches. Again, if you swipe from the bottom, you will get your missed call, etc. Okay, one good thing is that this watch has a speaker and a microphone, so you can actually make calls, etc. If I go over here, if I go to the phone, I can go to the call history. I can even go to the keypad and dial a number, and it works. For example, let's go to the call history, and I'll just give a call to myself. This should ring the iPhone, that is that number. If I just hit that, it should dial, and this should start ringing.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Okay, I put it on.
Trying to reach not available.
I put it on do not disturb. That's why but it went to the voicemail. For example, if I remove that, now this should ring. As you can see, I'll just cut it. And for small calls of small talks like that, 10 seconds, something, oh, I'll give you a call later, I'm a little bit busy or something like that, it works fine. But again, if you're trying to take very long calls, etc., don't expect miracles, guys. So that's what it is. Also, of course, you can set alarms, etc. with this one. That typical functionality is there. And also notifications, you have complete control. That is something I liked. If I go to the app, let me actually show you. If I go to the app, and if I go to the settings, if I go to all apps, you can set the notifications for what particular apps you want. I've selected to just messages, WhatsApp, etc. But you have complete control over what kind of apps can send you notification. So that way I would say the app has all the essential functionality that you actually need. Also coming to the watch faces, again, as it's a smart watch, you have a lot of watch faces. Again, you can play around with this one, but I would say just go to the app, and here, as you can see, here you can select multiple watch faces with this one. In fact, it has quite a bit of watch faces, some pretty good and functional also. But again, the best way is to actually use this app to send the watch faces to the watch. Talk about the conclusion. The pricing, as I've told you, 6,999, almost 7,000. So again, this is not the most affordable, fitness smartwatch out there. But again, it's by Titan, so I have a lot more trust on this one. For something goes wrong or something, they will honor the warranty. And again, you have a lot of Titans, stores within India. Two things that I do not like with the watch is that missing GPS. Yes, I know in these budget-oriented watches, GPS is not generally present. But again, as it's Titan, they should have given it and moved the industry forward, I would say. So missing GPS is something that I do not like. And also in terms of battery, meter, when it falls below 15%, it falls down very, very quickly. So that is also not that accurate in my frank opinion. Overall, I would say it's nice watch, and I would say the addition of those running training modes and stuff like that is a good addition for beginners who want to get into this health and fitness, but don't want to spend too much like the Apple Watch, etc., or Garmin, which cost 50,000 and more. This is a pretty good start, I would say. And I would be confident in giving this to my daughter, etc. I don't want to give a new Apple Watch or a Garmin to them. They're pretty expensive. Or even to my parents, etc., where I would just want to track how much do they walk per day, what is the average heart rate they are getting. Of course, you can also set up alerts for the maximum heart rate, or if the heart rate falls down below a certain level. Those options are there. So that way it does a job. But overall, if I have to rate this watch out of 10, I would give it a rating of 7.8 out of 10. So what do you guys think about this Titan Evolution? Do let me know in the comment section below. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.